This is CBC Nova Scotia News.
Tonight, rail dispute continues. The Teamsters Union serves CN Rail with a 72-hour strike notice. School meals. Nova Scotia will roll out a pay-what-you-can lunch program to elementary grades in October. And
I'm ready to go. Let's just get it done.
a sneak peek of what's ahead for this weekend's air show in Greenwood.
A little unsettled in some areas today. The showers, the risk for isolated thunder showers diminishes tonight ahead of what is shaping up to be a very nice weekend. Your full forecast is just ahead.
Good evening. There are more developments tonight on the rail dispute. The union, representing 6,500 railway workers, has issued a 72-hour strike notice to CN Rail. It comes just hours after the company's trains began rolling again after a stoppage.
The best way to have a contract is at the bargaining table. We don't believe to let a third party to decide what's going to be our working condition. We will use our constitutional right to fight the company here.
Canada's two biggest railways locked out workers yesterday after failing to reach deals with the Teamsters Union by a Thursday deadline. That prompted the federal labor minister to refer the dispute to Canada's Industrial Relations Board to consider binding arbitration. The Teamsters Canada Rail Conference filed its strike notice against CN this morning, shortly after announcing it plans to challenge that move. The work stoppage at Canadian Pacific Kansas City continues. Well, here in Nova Scotia, the Port of Halifax says 60% of the goods coming through the port are transported by rail, so it's likely we'll see impact of any rail stoppage.
Well, it really depends on how long it goes for. The impact could be exponential. That is, if there's a stoppage for a day or two, then it may be able to be corrected in a day or two. But as it goes on, things get more congested, and then it gets harder to dig itself out. So depending on how long this goes, it could take a number of weeks before we see the supply chain back to normal.
McIsaac says the potential work stoppage has been looming since the spring and that shipping lines have been making alternate plans to go through U.S. ports for a while. The port is hopeful that the rail disruption will be concluded shortly. A group representing commercial fishermen in Nova Scotia wants the lobster fishery undertaken by Sabaganagadi First Nation in Digby County declared illegal. The United Fisheries Conservation Alliance filed a notice of action in the Supreme Court of Nova Scotia, calling on it to clarify what is a moderate livelihood fishery.
I just want to say that the Unified Fisheries Conservation Alliance respects and supports treaty rights in the fishery, and we are happy to see First Nations harvesters fishing within St. Mary's Bay within the law and within the scope of their rights, but we do have very serious concerns. Myself and the other fishery leaders in Nova Scotia see the same conditions being set as we saw in 2020.
And I'll talk to Colin Sproul, president of the United Fisheries Conservation Alliance, about what he hopes their legal action will achieve. That's our newsmaker just after 6:30. Well, it's back to school right around the corner. The province announced a new lunch program today for elementary students. About 75,000 students will have access to the program when it launches in October. As Gareth Hampshire tells us, it's a pay-what-you-can model.
The announcement of the new lunch program is being described as historic by Education Minister Becky Drouin, who says it will help children in school and their families in the cost of living crisis.
This is about making life more affordable for families. This is about day-to-day ensuring our students are healthy, focused on learning, full bellies, ready to tackle the day.
The website nslunch.ca that launched today explains the program will begin in more than 250 elementary schools across the province, amounting to about 75,000 students. The full cost of each lunch will be $6.50, but the pay-what-you-can model will allow families to cover the full amount, a portion of it, or nothing.
We know that many families are happy to contribute to the cost of their students' food. In this way, we're able to both allow for those families to do that, and for those families who need to pay less or pay nothing at all, we have a stigma-free way for them to access that as well.
Schools with existing lunch programs have been providing guidance to the department to help with the setup, but it will be different depending on the region and the school, with some hiring caterers and others having meals prepared off-site and delivered. And there's a big need, according to community partners who are supporting the program.
We know that about over 40% of Nova Scotia children live in food insecure households. So this, there is a huge need for food at school.
Ordering will happen online, where there will be 2 meals to pick from every day, with at least 1 vegetarian option. Along with kids' favorites like pizza and mac and cheese, there will be other choices like butter chicken. Having campaigned for lunch programs, the opposition parties are pleased to see it happening.
Not only does it support our kids with lunches, but it also takes a lot of pressure off of families in a very difficult time, as we've seen with cost of living. So an important day.
It's a good win for the Nova Scotia NDP. We've been fighting for this for years. And yes, I'm going to take credit because, at the end of the day, we've been pushing for this. I've been in office for 3 years, and I know that our party's been doing it for a long time.
Nova Scotia's school lunch program is expected to cost about $19 million in the next school year. The federal government's planning a universal program, but the province is not waiting as it gets ready to serve the first lunches in October. Gareth Hampshire, CBC News, Halifax.
Still with education, the unions representing teachers and school support staff in this province say more resources are needed to improve inclusive education. More staff, training opportunities, and smaller class sizes are a few things they say could help, particularly when it comes to meeting the needs of students who require extra support. Selena Alders brings us that story.
Last month, CBC spoke to more than 10 families who've removed their children from Nova Scotia's public education system. Their kids have disabilities, and the parents say schools were not equipped to support their complex needs. This was no surprise to Peter Day.
These parents, my heart breaks for them. Their children should have the opportunity to be in a school and have the opportunity to get their education in a manner that fits them.
Day says schools desperately need more resources. This includes more specialists, teachers, and smaller class sizes too. Shelley McNeil is a local CUPE president. She says a lack of educational assistance prevents her members from keeping up with the province's inclusive education policy.
On paper, it's a wonderful policy to have, but it's just how realistic is it for this to be implemented when we're lacking the resources? We need so many more resources.
Both Day and McNeil agree that more training and professional development for staff would also make a big difference when it comes to inclusivity.
Right now, we've made some improvements in our most recent contract for professional development opportunities, but we can continue with that. To learn more how to properly address the needs of our students. I think that's becoming more and more important with our school system.
The professional development is not there. Not only is it not offered for our EPAs, sometimes things are offered you can take on your own in the summer, but at your own cost and your own time.
The Department of Education says there are, in fact, many opportunities for professional development and that it's continuously working with its partners to develop more. As for staffing, a spokesperson says it's the regional centers for education that are in charge of hiring and managing resources in partnership with the department. She says the province is committed to fostering an inclusive school culture where all students can succeed. Selena Alders, CBC News, Halifax.
An elderly Cole Harbour man charged with first-degree murder has been released from jail as he awaits the next step in the legal process. Edmund Joseph Organ is charged in the death of his wife, Judith. RCMP were called to a home on Agincourt Crescent in Cole Harbour back on June 9th. Male caller said he just killed a woman. 77-year-old Organ has been in custody ever since. Earlier this week, a psychiatric assessment was released showing Organ is fit to stand trial. He's to stay with his son at his home in Grand Desert. The case returns to court next month to set dates for a preliminary inquiry. And Jay Scotland is in with the weather tonight. TJIF, we made it to Friday.
Yes, we did. And the weekend is looking great. We do not have too many summer, I don't want to put a number on them because I know summer goes for a few weeks yet, but unofficially the Labor Day weekend is the end of summer for a lot of folks. So it's nice to get some summery weather on one of the last few summer weekends, and this one's shaping up to be a nice one. Temperature-wise today, not bad. We had some unsettled conditions, some showers. Isolated thunderstorm risk continues to diminish over the next few hours. You may see those showers lingering a little bit later for eastern areas up into Cape Breton, Port Hawkesbury, and east. Could see the showers scattered in nature, may come with a rumble of thunder, even lingering towards or even past midnight tonight. But for most areas, the evening continues to see that clearing trend once these lingering showers and thunder showers continue to work through, and then we'll see a relatively clear sky overnight. Now, for a few spots, coastal areas in particular, you could be looking at some fog patches late this evening, overnight, even lingering into tomorrow morning. Once that does clear, though, we should be looking at a fairly sunny start to the day. Showers do wind down for Cape Breton through the early morning hours, and then mainly sunny to uninterrupted sunshine across most of the province for tomorrow. Temperatures are looking to be pretty warm as well, and enough humidity that it'll be nice to get to a beach, but it's not going to be oppressive if you can't. So there's a look at what we can expect over the next 24 hours across the HRM. Again, clearing over the next few hours this evening. Lots of sunshine for most of the province, if not all of the province, for tomorrow, and temperatures still feeling very summer-like without being too on the muggy side. This is almost a Goldilocks forecast. Not too hot, not too cold, just right.
Gotta like it, and we'll take it. Okay, thanks, Jay. We'll talk soon. Well, Halifax Regional Municipality is updating land development regulations for 2 floodplains for the first time since the 1980s. But homeowners who had their property devastated by historic floods last year want more immediate action. The regional municipality is hosting public engagement sessions about the proposed regulations that would restrict development in certain areas and mitigate flood risk for the public. This after record rainfall last July created havoc in the floodplains, flooded homes, and forced many to evacuate. Some of the homeowners came to one of the sessions this week.
Doesn't mean anything. So what I'm getting from this here is they're just trying to tell us something that to keep us happy. But they're not doing anything, absolutely nothing. And the floods are going to still keep happening. And the only way the government will help you is if your insurance refuses you flood damage.
The regional municipality has asked the province to consider a buyout program for homeowners in the worst areas of the floodplains, but the province hasn't committed to that idea. Halifax is hosting more public engagement sessions about the proposed floodplains regulations Wednesday in Lower Sackville. The barriers put up along a trail in Dartmouth Cove have been removed. The company that put up the cement blocks does not yet have approval from Transport Canada for their proposed infilling project. Earlier this week, Atlantic Road Construction and Paving blocked parts of the public trail and were met with ire from nearby residents. Today, in an email, the company says it will be working with the city next week to, quote, map out a path forward in order to minimize the disruption to the public. The statement says there may be times parts of the trail will have to be closed, but that the company will work with HRM to share those updates. More Nova Scotians will now qualify for a rent supplement through changes the province is making to the program. Effective today, tenants who are spending 40% or more of their household income on rent may be eligible for a rent supplement. And that's down from the previously required 50%. The province's housing minister also introduced amendments to the Halifax Regional Municipality's charter this week, aimed at increasing affordable housing in the HRM. Our Vernon Ramasar breaks down what the changes mean.
John Lohr says the amendments are designed to remove barriers and boost residential construction. He says many of the amendments follow a 2022 Deloitte report and come on the heels of the controversial Bill 329, which gave the provincial government more control over municipal development. The amendment says HRM's most urgent priority in terms of land use, planning and development approval must be in increasing the supply of housing. One of the biggest changes is the allowance of manufactured housing, including modified shipping containers in all residential zones. Other key changes include the elimination of specific on-site parking requirements for new developments in urban areas and an allowance for temporary housing to be built on or near job sites to allow workers to stay close to their projects during construction. The province also wants Halifax to develop a suburban planning strategy by January 2025. HRM officials have expressed concerns about the deadline, noting that the timeframe may be challenging. The city says it will prepare a report on the amendments to present to council and will provide an update on the work being done. The province is also introducing a trusted partner program that will also allow qualified developers to fast-track their projects. The government has not set a specific deadline for when this program will be fully implemented. Vernon Ramisar, CBC News, Halifax.
People with connections to the community of Africville are still hearing after the shooting of 5 people at the annual reunion a month ago. It left a teenage girl hospitalized. And during this emotional time, an art show about Africville is opening this weekend. As the CBC's Elizabeth Chu tells us, the exhibition is part of a man's mission to raise awareness about the creativity that springs from the community and also to care for the community's spirit.
My name is David Woods. I am a writer and curator, and I curated this exhibition called The Heart of Africville, to share with the public the long history of creative art coming out of that community. In most of our history, it was just considered a throwaway community, but when you look at the artists, it's a whole different picture.
How did you choose these works?
So the works fall into 3 categories. Africville-born or descended artists, of which we have several. Edith McDonald is the oldest. She's 1880 to 1955. Very unknown artist who only painted English pastorals, ironically. But we have also artists who use Africville as a subject. So in other words, painters who've actually painted subjects from there. So we have Justin Augustine, myself, Beverly Bowden from New Glasgow. So all of these works were created about Africville. And so I felt it would be a great thing for people to actually see the collective of those works.
Describe the man in Justin Augustine's painting.
Well, that painting, we have a sort of an unidentified, almost ghost-like figure staring at the community, standing on the train tracks with the houses behind him. And it's very evocative, both the way his posture, almost like his hands outstretched, almost like he's, losing something, and also the connection of his stare, which is both outward but is also inward. I found that painting to be very emblematic of what was lost in Africville and very symbolic to capturing the feelings that African Nova Scotians and former residents have about the community. Recently there was a tragedy in Africville where a good friend of mine's granddaughter was permanently injured, and it provoked a lot of feelings within me in terms of not just because I know the person, but because I was there for the formulation of that reunion back in the 1980s.
Do you see this exhibit playing a role in Africville's healing?
I think it plays a part in the general healing, in the sense of people having a better sense of who and what and out of which they come. They have something else. They have something much more edifying to be part of. It's not a solution to anything, but it certainly allows them to understand better out of what they come.
A second politician is jumping into the race to be the Cape Breton Regional Municipality's next mayor. James Edwards is currently CBRM's deputy mayor. He announced today that he plans to step into the mayoral race this fall. Edwards is a retired Canada Revenue Agency worker and is also a member of the Donkin Mines Community Liaison Committee.
I'm not naive enough to think that I'm not the underdog going in, but I'll just go out to the communities. I'll tell the people what I can do, what I can help with, what I bring from everything from the government bureaucratic perspective and the community experience perspective, and we'll let the electorate decide who is best suited to steer the ship going forward.
Edwards joins former Mayor Cecil Clark in the October elections. 2 other former candidates have also said that they intend to run. Well, there's a big event taking to the skies this weekend. The Greenwood Air Base is hosting Air Show Atlantic 2024. The CBC's Hannah Vino stopped by to watch some pre-show fun and find out what's in store for audiences.
For most people, jumping out of an airplane seems crazy. But that's the norm here at Airshow Atlantic. The not-for-profit society has produced events since 1997. Their executive director says they are thrilled to be back after COVID and celebrate the Royal Canadian Air Force's 100th anniversary.
There's so many things to talk about, but RCAF really is the centerpiece of it. Celebrating our Air Force and really doing it here at a wing was the only way to make it happen. There's a number of anniversaries being celebrated this year. The Red Arrows, over my shoulder, this is their 60th anniversary season. The U.S. Air Force Viper demonstration team, the F-16, that's coming in. It's their 50th year of that aircraft.
The Royal Air Force's Red Arrows had a long journey to join the show. This is the first stop on their Canadian tour to join in on the celebrations.
So you'll be able to see our full aerobatic display, lasts for about 20 to 22 minutes. First half, really big, graceful 9-ship shapes, and then second half, fast-paced, dynamic opposition passes, intertwined with something a bit more graceful. And we've also got a bit of a surprise at the end of the show that is our tribute to the Royal Canadian Air Force's 100th birthday.
There's also some fun to be had leading up to the shows. For a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, a few lucky civilians got the chance to jump with the Canadian Armed Forces parachute team, the Skyhawks, during rehearsals.
I mean, this is a bucket list thing I always wanted to do, and it's how often you get to jump with the Skyhawks, right? So,
how are you feeling right now?
I mean, I'm ready to go. Let's just get it done.
How do you think you'll feel afterwards?
We'll see. I'll tell you when I land. I think it's going to be a good adrenaline rush, for sure.
What was it like?
Oh man, I can't explain it. You got to do it. It's just the adrenaline rush. I mean, it's over in a minute, and it's the craziest thing you could ever do.
Oh yeah!
The Skyhawks team captain says having civilians jump with them brings some excitement to the team.
We've done so many hundreds of jumps this year that I won't say it gets old, but it becomes routine. And it's always really nice to see that through a fresh set of eyes, through someone who's never seen it before. Just sort of brings up a lot of those emotions from our first jump. So it's quite nice.
The Skyhawks will be opening the show this weekend. While you won't actually be able to jump with the Skyhawks, they will have tons of exciting jet and acrobatic demonstrations. Hannah Vino, CBC News, Greenwood.
Coming up, a rail dispute. We'll have more on the strike notice and work stoppage by Canada's 2 biggest railways. And the Democratic National Convention's grand finale. Kamala Harris makes history by accepting the presidential nomination. Pretty nice night over Halifax Harbor. Jay's up next with his full weather forecast. We'll see you in just a few minutes. All right, Jay, the weekend sounds pretty darn nice.
Yeah, it's looking really nice. If you've been hoping for one last blast of summer, and I'm not ruling out potential for a nice weekend on the long weekend for Labor Day, but it's nice to get one in late August, and we've got a good one. If you can get to a beach or get out and do some outdoor activities, this is shaping up to be a pretty nice weekend. There still is a very slight scattered shower, isolated thunder shower risk through the weekend, just that tend to bubble up through the day. That happens on sunny days with a bit of humidity in place, but I'm not seeing any overriding system that's going to spoil the weekend by any stretch. So the lingering showers, isolated thunderstorms that we are continuing to see across the province, that risk continues to diminish over the next few hours. May see those showers maybe after midnight minus the thunder and lightning, but some scattered showers may persist for eastern areas past midnight tonight, even into the early morning hours for folks in Cape Breton. Otherwise, we are looking at a sunny start to the day. Coastal areas, some low-lying areas may see some patchy fog developing tonight that could see some low cloud form to start your Saturday. Otherwise, though, it does clear with just a very slight scattered shower chance for some areas in the afternoon. It's such a slight chance you're not going to see it in your forecast. And, yeah, you will see a clearing trend through the morning hours as well for folks up in eastern Nova Scotia into Cape Breton as well. As we move from Saturday into Sunday, ridge of high pressure to our south. No big overriding system here to place spoiler for the weekend forecast. We should be looking at a good amount of sunshine on Sunday. Very slight chance again for a few showers to bubble up, just with some warm and not overly humid, but some humidity in the air, just from daytime heating. But aside from that slight chance, we are looking at a mainly sunny forecast for your Sunday as well. Pretty nice temperatures, not too much in terms of humidity. Summer heat, but not oppressive. Very nice conditions for the weekend. As for tonight, clear for most after we get past midnight, clear for most of the province. I'm going to keep that shower chance in for folks eastern areas into Cape Breton. You may see those showers lingering into the early morning hours tomorrow, and then loads of sunshine tomorrow. Temperatures up into the mid to high 20s for most areas. Going to feel near to just over 30 with the humidex. That's warm enough that you can enjoy getting down to the water, but it's not going to be overly uncomfortable if you're not able to get to a beach. Still muggy enough that it feels like summer, but it's not going to limit your outdoor activities, certainly for tomorrow. We'll see a similar forecast, just a few more cloudy periods, and it's still a slight shower chance, but it's a little bit higher on Sunday versus your Saturday. Sun-cloud mix, temperature still in the mid-20s for your Monday. And as we take a look at next week, it's a fairly dry forecast. You may see some evening showers or some showers bubbling up, kind of bookending the day to get us through to that more widespread shower chance into next Thursday. But temperatures at or above the seasonal average. Still, it may be coming close to the end of summer, but looking at our long-range forecast, still feels like there's lots of summer left. Amy?
Yeah, we really want to stretch out summer as long as we can, right?
Yeah.
All right,
You got it.
Sounds good. Thank you, Jay.
Anytime.
Up next, I'll talk with Colin Sproul with the United Fisheries Conservation Alliance, and I'll ask why they're taking legal action over the Spaganagity First Nations lobster fishery in St. Mary's Bay. That's our newsmaker. Stay with us. You're watching CBC Nova Scotia News. Some commercial fishermen in this province are calling on the Supreme Court of Nova Scotia to rule that the lobster fishery by the Sabaganagadi First Nation is illegal. The United Fisheries Conservation Alliance filed a notice of action with the court, saying there needs to be more clarity around what a moderate livelihood fishery means. For more on this, we're joined by Colin Sproul, president of the United Fisheries Conservation Alliance. So why does your group contend that the summer fishery by the Sabaganagadi First Nation in St. Mary's Bay is in fact illegal?
Well, it was actually declared illegal by the Federal Minister of Fisheries more than 2 years ago, and it certainly falls outside the confines of what martial rights are. The only fisheries permitted within St. Mary's Bay at this time are food, social, and ceremonial fisheries. Yet we're seeing the removal of tens of thousands of pounds of lobster from St. Mary's Bay.
Now, why not wait till the mediation between DFO and the Sabaganagadi First Nation is complete before going ahead with your legal action?
Essentially, because these mediation processes have been in action for more than 20 years, the industry and the resource needs legal clarity in the vacuum that we're operating in now so that all participants to the fishery can understand what the rules are.
What if you go to court and you lose?
We're confident that the particulars of the Marshall decision support our position, and we think that that's also a prime reason why Sabaganagadi First Nation has chose to mediate this instead of test their claims in court, which are clearly outside of the scope of their right.
Well, we've heard from fishermen who are frustrated by what they say is a lack of enforcement by DFO. Tell me about that.
First, I think it's important to understand that a rules-based orderly fishery where the rules applied equally to everyone has built this fishery over the last 20 years into the most valuable fishery the world has ever known. And it's been equally beneficial for Indigenous and non-Indigenous fishermen. Due to a clear policy direction change by the federal government, by the Prime Minister, and by his 6 ministers of fisheries, coupled with the institution of a clearly illegal fishery in 2020, led to some very serious problems. We saw violence and all kinds of terrible things in the region. Fishery officers now don't feel empowered to enforce the law. They don't even have a clear sense themselves of what the law is and what the law isn't. Our issue is not with them. Our issues are clearly with the government of the day and the minister of the day. And for that reason, we really need to have that clarity.
Are you concerned that fishermen may take matters into their own hands?
Certainly, I'm concerned about it. I just want to say that the Unified Fisheries Conservation Alliance respects and supports treaty rights in the fishery, and we are happy to see First Nations harvesters fishing within St. Mary's Bay within the law and within the scope of their rights, but we do have very serious concerns. Myself and the other fishery leaders in Nova Scotia see the same conditions being set as we saw in 2020, the same lack of hope within fishing communities, and the same outrage that the law is being violated so egregiously and videotaped every night and made public, yet the minister refuses to act. We continue to see fisheries managed with politics and not science and conservation.
What is your next move?
Our next move is to continue to call on the government to take what is clearly inappropriate action, and what we know through polling are the views of a vast majority of Canadians, that they expect us to all be party to the resolution here to solve these problems with dialogue and to enforce the existing law and protect the resource. The truth is that the resource needs to win in this case, and all communities that rely on it will also win.
All right, we'll leave it there. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you. We're very happy to share our views.
Sabaganagadi has repeatedly said over the years that this is not an illegal fishery and that it is their treaty right to fish. CBC has reached out to the current chief, Michelle Glasgow, for comment, but has not yet received a response. Ron Pink, a lawyer who represents the band, says he's not been served with the statement of claim. Coming up, pulling nicotine pouches from Canadian store shelves. Strict new federal rules roll out in just a matter of days. Welcome back. As we mentioned earlier, the union that represents thousands of rail workers across Canada is challenging the federal government's push to get the railways running again. Canada's two largest railway companies locked out workers yesterday after failing to reach deals with Teamsters. The union has issued a 72-hour strike notice to CN Rail. Terry Reith has more on the dispute and those caught in the middle.
Just when it appeared to be ending, Canada's rail shutdown became far more complicated. Rather than abiding by the federal government's demand for binding arbitration, the Teamsters Union served strike notice on CN.
This strike continued as far as we are concerned. We notified the CN and CP of a strike notice, and we will use our constitutional right to fight this the company here.
The union is also challenging the constitutionality of the minister's order. Caught in the middle, prairie farmers harvesting crops with no way of shipping them.
We are being held hostage because we got two groups, the union and the rail lines. I blame them both. They pick the worst time of year every time they try to do this stunt, and they come hoping that the farmers will plead and then something will be resolved, and it's getting ridiculous.
And it's not just farmers. Auto parts, lumber, chemicals and commodities all roll on the rails. $1 billion worth of goods every single day. So this disruption will have a serious impact on Canada's economy.
There's going to be a lot of disruption. Prices are going to increase. Freight has to move. And whether it moves by rail, or air or ocean or road, prices will go up.
CPKC says it's preparing to resume services in compliance with the federal government's order. CN said it restarted operations Friday morning.
So while we're focused on powering the economy and getting goods moving again, the Teamsters are focused on getting back to the picket lines and shutting everything down.
The union makes no apologies for prolonging the stoppage.
We understand there's going to be consequences, but the strike is a strike, and a lockout is a lockout. And keep in mind, the reason why we are here first is because they decided to put us on the street.
The Canada Industrial Relations Board is now hearing from all sides. With the CN strike notice due to take effect Monday, there appears to be little likelihood that Canada's rail system will be back to normal anytime soon. Terry Reith, CBC News, Edmonton.
Kamala Harris leaves Chicago today as the Democratic Party's candidate for U.S. president. She accepted the nomination last night. She now has 74 days to convince voters to make her the country's first female leader. Ethel Musa was in Chicago for last night's speech, which has been called the most important of her career.
Speaking to the country, Harris promised Americans to tackle major policy issues like protecting the right to abortion and lowering the cost of health care, housing, and groceries. Harris also spoke about the Israel-Hamas war, saying she will always stand up for Israel's right to defend itself, and she will always ensure Israel has the ability to do so. Harris did not address the anti-war protest happening outside the convention by those who want the U.S. to stop its military support of Israel. But she did say this.
President Biden and I are working to end this war such that Israel is secure, the hostages are released, the suffering in Gaza ends, and the Palestinian people can realize their right to dignity, security, freedom, and self-determination.
Harris will now head back to the campaign trail. She has only a few months before the election and only a few weeks before her presidential debate with Donald Trump. This is a historic moment in U.S. politics. Harris is the first female vice president, and she is the first black woman and person of South Asian descent to lead a major party ticket. If she's elected this fall, Harris will become the first female president in the United States.
I thought it was really good. I was very excited to see somebody who showed vulnerability and who was kind to people, who is a people person. She looked very presidential. She looked amazing.
I felt hopeful. It was beautiful. It brought tears to my eyes, and I believed every word she said. I really did. I think we got a chance.
The hope among many Democrats is that Harris will ride this wave of excitement all the way to the finish line this November. Idil Musa, CBC News, Chicago.
One day after the Democratic convention, another political curveball. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. is suspending his campaign to become U.S. president and throwing his support behind the Republican candidate, Donald Trump.
It's with a sense of victory and not defeat that I'm suspending my campaign activities. Not only did we do the impossible by collecting 1 million signatures, we changed the national political conversation forever. Chronic disease, free speech, government corruption, breaking our addiction to war have moved to the center of politics.
Kennedy says he continues to have differences with Trump on some issues, but is aligned on more. He was withering in his criticism of the Democratic Party for its attempt to derail his candidacy. Kennedy's polling numbers have dropped since Kamala Harris joined the race. Kennedy, the nephew of former President John F. Kennedy, says his name will remain on some ballots, but not in key battleground states. India's Prime Minister made an historic visit to Ukraine today. Narendra Modi told Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky he is prepared to play a personal role to bring peace in the war with Russia. As the CBC's Briar Stewart tells us, the visit follows one to Russia's president last month that Zelensky criticized.
The last time an Indian prime minister visited Ukraine, the country was part of the Soviet Union. Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky described Narendra Modi's visit as historic and symbolic.
I think that India began to recognize that this is not just conflict, this real war of one man, and his name is Putin.
And that's who Modi visited last month. He warmly met with Russian President Vladimir Putin. A few hours after, a missile slammed into a children's hospital in Kyiv. Modi described the deaths of innocent children as heartbreaking, but didn't condemn the attack or the war, which led to criticism, including from Zelensky, who wrote that it was a devastating blow to peace efforts to see the leader of the world's largest democracy hug the world's most bloody criminal in Moscow. And that's perhaps why the Ukraine visit started here, a memorial to children killed during the war. The brief meetings included agreements promising cooperation, with Modi proclaiming that India isn't neutral, but on the side of peace. Both sides should sit together to find ways to end this crisis, he said.
And it is not likely to take a very proactive approach.
This senior research fellow says Modi is trying to balance relations with Russia, Ukraine, and the West. India is a big buyer of Russia's oil and weapons, which is one of the reasons it's unlikely to take the lead in any negotiations.
For India to take an active role in peacemaking, it would really require both parties to the conflict to urge India to do so.
But as both sides try and take more ground on the battlefield, there isn't a visible push for peace talks. Briar Stewart, CBC News, London.
Italian rescuers have found the last of 7 people killed when a super yacht sunk off the coast of Sicily. It's believed to be the body of British tech magnate Mike Lynch, who has died. 18-year-old Hannah Lynch was the last person unaccounted for. The body of her father, Mike Lynch, was recovered yesterday. The yacht went down early Monday in a storm. Civil protection officials believe the ship was struck by a tornado over the water known as a waterspout and sank quickly. New restrictions are coming for flavored nicotine pouches. As of next week, it will be illegal for them to be sold anywhere but from behind a pharmacy counter. Marina von Stackelberg explains the new rules and the reasoning behind them.
Okay, 1 green and 1 purple.
In a matter of days, nicotine pouches will be pulled from gas stations and convenience store shelves. Fruity flavors will be completely recalled. Only mint will be available if you ask a pharmacist for it.
How come they look like candy? I don't think so.
But inside this container are tiny pouches placed between your gum and cheek. Doctors say they release the nicotine equivalent of smoking 3 to 4 cigarettes.
Anti-tobacco organizations have been calling for a crackdown for nearly a year. They say the pouch flavors and bright packages do resemble candy, and teens are using them.
It has been so deeply disturbing to see so many young people becoming addicted to these nicotine pouches who've never had any interaction with cigarettes.
Imperial Tobacco, the cigarette company that makes Zonic pouches, will have 6 months to pull all advertising that could appeal to youth and to change its packaging to include a warning label. Health advocates say that can't come soon enough.
The fall term in school is very important with respect to the norms that are set by kids and the introduction of new products, whether it's fidget spinners or vaping products or nicotine pouches.
Imperial says its products aren't meant for anyone under the age of 18 and tells stores to check ID. But until now, selling the pouches to kids was legal. That's because Health Canada approved Zonic to help adults quit cigarettes. The health minister has accused Imperial of using that as a loophole.
We were duped. Unfortunately, sometimes you get duped.
As Ottawa clamps down, community groups have scrambled to stop another nicotine product from addicting the next generation.
As a young person, you might not be able to differentiate exactly what it is. And you might just think that, oh, this product looks cool, like, let me try it out.
Researchers say governments need to get more nimble to better keep up with big tobacco.
We need to get past this period where the industry throws out products and we're blind until a year or two later when we say, oh, it's okay or it's not okay.
What's not clear is how many teens experimented with the pouches in the year they were readily available. Ottawa isn't tracking that. Health Canada did away with surveys dedicated to nicotine use within the last few years, just as vaping was taking off and pouches hit the market. Marina von Stackelberg, CBC News, Ottawa.
All right, Jay, it does sound like summer is going to continue through the weekend, so folks who love that warm weather are in luck.
Yeah, I know when we get into late August, things can be hit or miss here in the Maritimes, but certainly looking at that nice weather lining up when it counts for a lot of folks, of course, for your Saturday or Sunday. Even tonight, not bad. We see that shower chance for most areas diminishing over the next few hours. We'll keep the risk of showers in for eastern areas, essentially east of Port Hawkesbury up into Cape Breton. This is where you could see those showers even lingering into your Saturday morning. And it's a very slight chance, just with daytime heating and a smidge of humidity in the air tomorrow, we could see a few isolated convective showers bubble up. But aside from that, it will be a mainly sunny day across the province. And let's take a look at your day planner now for the HRM. This is really good bellwether for almost all of Nova Scotia for tomorrow. Now, some fog patches are possible in some areas tomorrow morning, coastal areas in particular. But aside from that, we'll see a lot of sunshine, so maybe some low cloud forming where we see fog, but up above us, that sky should be fairly clear. And as we edge into the afternoon, a mainly sunny sky, just a few passing clouds with a very slight chance for scattered showers across the province for tomorrow. And we'll look at those temperatures up into the mid-20s. It's likely going to feel near or just over 30 with the humidex. That's enough humidity to still make it feel very summer-like, but it's not going to be uncomfortable by any stretch. So very nice conditions for your Saturday. We'll see a bit more cloud cover, slightly higher chance for a scattered shower or two on Sunday, but a similar forecast to wrap your weekend on Sunday, and Monday looking good to carry us into next week as well.
All right, that all sounds good. Enjoy the weekend, Jay.
Thanks, you as well.
All right, imagine holding a fist-sized rock. Now think of turning that into a diamond. This is a diamond unearthed by a Canadian mining company in Botswana. It's believed to be the second largest ever dug out of a mine. It's a 2,492-carat stone. It weighs half a kilo. Most naturally formed diamonds are at least 1 billion years old, some 3 billion years. Well, that's it for us tonight. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next time.